Welcome to Thunderpunk Radio. I'm here with Vince from Smith Wesson. So, the newest product that you guys are dropping.
Yeah. MP 57. Super cool gun. 57 is such a cool round, especially in a handgun.
I love that more and more companies are doing something.
Yeah.
And usually it's like a big chunky grip, but this is not a chunky grip.
So saying, when it comes to MPs, the first thing they start with is fit and feel. And so looking at the 5.7, we wanted to keep a pretty slim design. If you grab that and you hold it, it's pretty comfortable in your hand.
It's almost like a 1911, how slim everything is.
Yeah. What that does is it really gives you a lot of control over the gun itself. And with 5.7 being such a light recoiling round, when you shoot this thing, it just does not move. It is slide just straight back and forth. There's no uprise, anything like that.
It's 5.7 is a soft shooting round.
Very soft, yeah. So it's really cool. We're calling it the tempo barrel design.
Okay.
And so when we looked at the 5.7 round and how fast it was, in a handgun, it's such a short barrel for that thing to get out. What happens is the slide wants to start kicking back before the barrels or the bullets even left the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And so it starts to try and eject the casing. It starts to try and feed. Everything's moving at once, and it just leads to issues potentially. So the tempo barrel system is a rotary design. It's a CP system.
Yeah.
And what we have is a gas port up here. So as everything stays locked up, and as the bullet passes that gas port, that signals for the slide to start kicking back, and the barrel will start to rotate and release the casing.
Okay.
And then as the slide comes forward, it'll feed. So what that does is basically enhances reliability because you're only moving what's supposed to be moving at the time, and it just makes it a little bit more of an inherent accurate platform because it's a fixed barrel design. There's no tipping, and nothing is moving until the bullet has exited that barrel. So it's a super cool innovation that we're happy about. I've messed around with this gun. I got a chance to shoot about 300 rounds through it, and it makes me feel really good. And I can actually shoot and feel good about how I'm hitting the steel.
Well, so the 5.7 is a very flat
yeah.
needle laser round.
Yeah.
And the safety is decent. So I have a shield, like one of the original shields. I got to put a new trigger in it. I know the newer shields have much better triggers. Yeah. But the safety, again, I like having safeties, and it's easy to take off. It's not easy to put back on. This is similar to that shield safety as opposed to the M&Ps, but it's not, I can do this one-handed.
Yeah. Where
I can with my shield, but I'm a fairly large, strong person. It's a pain in the butt to do one-handed.
So they definitely redesigned the safety on that. Kept it pretty thin. Wanted to maintain that thin profile design, not make it obtrusive, but there's enough there. It's easy to access. It's ambidextrous. This gun is actually fully ambi, so even the slide stop, both left and right. You can swap and reverse the mag release catch. So completely ambi gun. It is a single action hammer fire design. This is a new trigger design for us. And I would say this is the best out of the box trigger.
So this is a hammer fire gun.
It is a hammer fire gun.
Even though it looks like a striker fire gun.
Right, yeah.
All right, fascinating.
Yeah, and I would say, the trigger's literally the best out of the box trigger we've ever designed in a gun. It is... keep that flat face, nice clean brake.
The brake is crazy.
Yeah, very
it's good.
short.
It's a really good reset.
Yep.
The brake is nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so that trigger mixed with the low recoiling round, you can run this gun. It's got 22 rounds in the mag. So
and you can carry this concealed. So I carry this concealed, and I wrap it with tape.
Yeah.
Now I love the grip texture on this full size. I mean, this was originally I think made for military trials, right?
Yeah.
So I love the grip texture for duty, but for concealed carry, it'll rub you raw. I run hot, so I don't wear undershirts or anything. So I wrap it with tape. This is still tactile. It still feels good, but I wouldn't have a problem carrying this. And I understand your M&P, like your compact series, has this texture as well, right?
Yeah, so this is the same texture that we've used on the Shield.
Okay.
That we migrated into the Shield
Oh,
Plus.
gotcha. So the newer Shield.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
And so that was almost a great balance because of that thin design, you'd be surprised how many people have asked, are there going to be holsters? I'd love to carry something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to have holsters out there. We sent samples out to all the big brands on the holster side. So
you going to send something to Blue Gun so they can come up with one of these as well?
Blue Ring's one of our guys, so we work
cool,
with them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so what's really cool is that's a low recoil gun. we were able to cut it for optics too. So it's the same footprint that you're going to find on the Equalizer or Shield Plus.
Mm-hmm.
You got to run the micro red dots on that because there's not a lot of force from that round. So we've had to introduce lightning cuts to make sure that it's still cycling right.
Gotcha.
And the weight with that lighter red dot, it's still able to cycle properly and function properly.
I was wondering about these, if this was like a performance center thing or this is going to be on all of them.
No,
just to be able to run the red dot.
And it's just because it's such a low power round in terms of what it does to the gun that we had to take the mass out to lighten it to make sure that it's able to reciprocate and change during the round.
Now, is it all going to have these serrations on top, which will help with? They do this so reflection from the sunlight and everything, it just minimizes it. All right, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. I mean, so I've fired the FN, I've fired the Ruger. This is probably the best feeling that I've held so far. I haven't fired it, obviously. When is this going to be released?
So it's released. We launched it day one of SHOT Show.
Okay, cool.
We'll probably have it in dealers in a week or so.
Okay.
It'll be out there. And it's $699 MSRP.
Oh, man.
So pretty affordable.
Yeah, for 5.7 for sure.
And for people, obviously the round's a little bit pricier. Hoping that with a bunch more major manufacturers jumping on this and producing handguns, hopefully we see more ammo available in the market.
Supply and demand.
But with that new design, if anybody reloads 5.7, it keeps the casing intact, and so they can reload that too. So
cool.
It's all designed to help kind of get them into this platform.
Okay, we're going to shoot the new Smith & Wesson 5.7. Pretty excited to handle it at SHOT Show. The guys at Smith & Wesson there, so now we're going to see how she handles. All right, here we go. Safety's off. Okay, that's super flat shooting. Super flat. Not a lot of recoil. So yeah, that was really, really easy. Very, very little recoil. Very, very little recoil. Rapid fire or controlled pairs. All of it handles great. It's super cool. The safety is really easy to take off. It's a little bit more of a pain in the butt to put on, but not too bad. Ambidextrous safety. The grip is great. It's really narrow. It's like kind of a chalky 1911 grip a little bit. The texture's good. And man, it's just, the recoil isn't there at all. This was cool. Okay. Yeah, you want to give it a nice good tap there. Okay. The recoil is awesome. The recoil is awesome, and I'm getting decent groupings. Yeah, I think it's cool. Obviously I'd want to shoot it a lot more, but from my initial shots, it's a really, really cool gun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. So it's probably an obvious question, but where can people find out more about Smith & Wesson?
Yeah.
What are your social medias?
Yeah, check us out. We're on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Go to our website, smith-wesson.com, and you can find everything you need there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thanks, man.
Hey, folks, if you like the video, we'd really appreciate the like. I don't like asking for it, but it really helps the algorithm, and when you ask, people are like, oh, yeah, and then they remember to do it. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Leave a comment down below, but if you don't do anything, do push-ups. All right, have a wonderful day.
Do some push-ups.